Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow, and to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. Invest for Tomorrow, to all the subscribers, welcome back. And all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watched this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the end of this video, because we do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to add to your watch list. It's in the EV sector and it's below $10 with some explosive growth opportunities. So stay tuned for all that information. So here we are with CASTOR Maritime Inc. CTRM's website. I definitely recommend you to come check it out and how everything works out here with their timeline and their whole entire fleet. You can go ahead and come and check out. I know I talked about this in one of my previous videos, but we're going to talk about the chart analysis today and how the ticker symbol moved, and it seems to be kind of sideways. But here we could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total of the dry bulk and tankers in total together. So very important to keep that in mind. You can go ahead and read about them and when they were built, and they just recently got the most modern out of the whole entire fleet so far, which is going to be one more added to this, and it's a 2011. You see there's 2004, 2001, 2005, 7, 10, and then 05. So 2011 is the newest addition to the fleet, and the stock is kind of sideways, but there's some big potentials moving forward with this company, and you can see their timeline on when they went public and how they've been adding on to their fleet. So let's go ahead and read about it and see for ourselves what is going on. So CASTOR Maritime expands fleet. This was literally 14 hours ago. Okay, this was in the morning 14 hours ago. So when we go ahead and look at this, and actually not 14 hours ago, it was actually less time than that. It was about almost 10 hours ago, excuse me. They went ahead and stated here, CASTOR Maritime Inc. is a diversified global shipping company that has announced it entered through a separate wholly owned subsidiary into an agreement to purchase a 2011 Japanese-built CASTOR Max dry bulk carrier from an unaffiliated third party for a purchase price of $16.85 million. So they went ahead and added this 2011 Japanese-built CASTOR Max to the fleet, and this is what the Chief Executive Officer of CASTOR Maritime Inc. CTRM Stock stated. We are pleased to announce our 8th vessel acquisition in 2021 with the addition of another CASTOR Max dry bulk vessel, our 5th to CASTOR's fleet. Upon completion of our recently announced acquisitions, our fleet will consist of 14 vessels. So they're not done. They're just getting started. In addition, we are happy to announce the successful delivery of our first 2 Aframax LR2 tankers, marking our foray into the tanker market. So one thing is the dry bulk vessels, and another thing is the tankers. So I would really suggest doing a lot of research to understand the difference between the two, what type of profits each one can bring in, and what each one can do. And it can give you some type of insight of where CTRM is trying to go with this. CTRM stock is definitely not done expanding, especially when they're stating that it's going to consist of 14 vessels. Before, last time I thought it was going to be 11 or 12. They are being even bolder. So that means there's going to be 14 vessels at some point out generating revenue, and that revenue is going to reflect in their earnings, and their earnings per share should start to rise up. If revenue grows, net profit should grow with it. I mean, that's hopefully what we expect and what we're looking forward to. Now, this is their most modern CASTOR Max dry bulk carrier that they've gotten. We need to see if they can go ahead and get more of these modern ones, because you want to keep in mind the 2005 ones, the 2008, 2007, they're going to have an amount of lifetime that's only going to be for so much, and it can only produce so much for them. Now, these tankers and these large vessels, dry bulk vessels, are pretty durable and have some type of strength to handle, the wear and tear over time, but the newer the better, right? So we want to keep in mind that out of these 14 vessels, that the next half that they're trying to acquire meets the expectations of 2011 and sooner. And when you really think about it, 2011, that's 10 years ago already. Now, for these ships, I don't think that's a long time. These ships are built to last maybe 30 to 50 years. I'm not sure. If anybody knows more information on that, you're more than welcome to comment down below. But the chief executive officer is very, how can I put it, optimistic, very straightforward, and excited to grow and expand. And I can just imagine the revenue that will be coming in from these additional acquisitions to the fleet. So let's go ahead and look at the stock. So the stock went ahead and its support level has changed a little bit. It pushed upwards, and we're going to see here how it reacted. So when you think about our recent support and how it ran up and how it ended the day, the previous trading day, it's kind of moved just sideways, and it hit a high here, which we want to look at in just a moment. But let's look at our new resistance and supports. So the 50-day moving average is literally 1 cent below, or maybe to the hundreds or thousands place from our support. So I want us to keep in mind support and the 50-day moving average, super important. And if we get close to it, we're in tug of war zone. So right now we're in bullish territory. The bulls are dominating, and the support is 102. So there we go. 102, 101, give or take, and the 50-day moving average is 101. So very close. We want to watch it carefully. And you also want to keep in mind it was touched twice in the day, but it bounced up and it built some momentum off of that. We're currently sitting at 104. Now the highest point reached in the day is up here at 107. That is the point that the bulls definitely want to break through. But before getting there, what they really need to break through is 106. 106 needs to be turned into a support, and the bulls need to go ahead, break away from it to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. So I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware of that. And as this continues to move upwards, the highest that it reached was up here at 195. So the question is, could this bullish run continue in a very healthy organic manner? And could this break through $2 in the near future to hit newer highs and new resistance levels? That is the true question in the next coming weeks and months. And these acquisitions keep on happening, and the stock is reflecting it very slightly, not by much, just a few cents. So you want to keep in mind it's a penny stock, so these acquisitions don't really make it run up too much. This CTRM run was a lot of hype and speculation, but we're going to have to see if that could happen again, or if a short squeeze comes up or anything like that. But we want to watch it carefully, watch it strategically, and so far the outlook is looking like there could be some revenue growth and some type of net profit coming in the future. And you could see how they've actually become profitable since 2018, 2019, 2020 was a little bit of a hard year for them. And we're going to see how they can do moving forward. But as long as this holds up above $1, it is showing some strength. So keep that in mind. As always, guys, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all the notifications to not miss a single video that I post. Share it with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and it's in the EV sector. You definitely want to keep this one on your watch list. Here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you guys to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Share it with a friend if you find it helpful and informative, and to stay tuned towards the end of this video, because we have another ticker symbol to talk about, and a lot of analysis ratings are looking pretty good, and articles are even stating that it's going to be the stock of the decade. So if you don't have the stock of the decade on your watch list, you definitely want to stay tuned on in for that information, and I hope you guys find it helpful and informative and interesting. That ticker symbol is going to be pretty revolutionizing in its sector and so forth. But let's talk more about what we want to look at here. So what is the stock here that has so much potential? It's a penny stock, and it is stock AYRO. AYRO, okay? AYRO stock. Now, who are they? Well, they are trying to be a zero emissions company to do the future of delivery, which is, you could see these small little trucks here. You can see them in the background. They're trying to be more in like the golf courses, like the hospitality, and then also doing like little food trucks and stuff like that, shaping the whole entire industry of delivering small packages or anything like that locally, probably is what I'm trying to see here. That's what they're really focusing on and trying to do a zero carbon footprint initiative, right? That's their true goal. You can kind of see the golf course here kind of style, and then you can kind of see in the background it looks like a campus. So when we go down here, they're looking to be in campuses, hotels and resorts, food and beverage retail, and probably even the government. And that's exactly what they're trying to do right now. So if they go ahead and get into this initiative and jump on the boat with what their goal is, which we're going to look at an article right now, they're already incorporating themselves into the government, and it's going to change the way things are delivered and done. And this AYRO company right here, this little cart right here, reminds me of Solo. Remember Solo? You can imagine that Solo probably has more power than this one and so forth, but this company here is working their way to making vehicles that last a little bit longer, because right now a lot of their vehicles go up to like probably 50 miles and up to probably 100, like you could see here, that they're trying to be in the 100 top cities. So this is going to be something where people can even rent these and drive around, have fun. I don't know. It's almost like being in a golf court or a go-kart around the city, right? That's what they're trying to do. Now, I don't know how much miles this one can do. The Solo, I don't know if you guys have heard about it before. It could do a little bit more, and it has a little bit of power. But, I mean, this company here is really taking a shot and trying to be in the EV sector. And this is the EV penny stock right now that has so much potential. Obviously, you're placing a bet on it because it still has a lot of room to grow or do a lot to prove itself. But what it's trying to do so far is pretty interesting. And let's look at institutional ownership. So institutional ownership is pretty interesting. But before we look at that, I want you guys to see here how the common stocks are being awarded to insiders, right? You can see here, these are directors and so forth. They're all receiving awards right now. You can see how many shares they change by, how many are remaining. Very interesting that they're all being awarded since the middle of last year and throughout the past as well. But since the middle of last year all the way till now, you could see a lot of these awards going on in October, December, and then right now in February, a lot of them have been awarded. So they're being granted shares. They're being paid by shares. So there's some reason behind this. It's to motivate those directors, those workers, to keep on pushing forward, grow the company, and also be rewarded through shares. That's the whole point of that, right? It's going ahead and doing that. So let's go ahead and look at institutional ownership. So there's some big players here that own big amounts, but from even the past, all the way back in 2012, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 2021, there's a few that have loaded up, and you can see here the 2021 have loaded up the most. And you can see here in February, it's where it's happened. 1 million, 1 million, 3 million. Very interesting. So we have Vanguard, Morgan and Stanley here. We have even BlackRock, all in this recent buying and holding positions. So a lot of new buying positions have happened. Some have closed out. You could see that. But there's a lot more green, right? And you can even see here almost 2 million going on. You could see Vanguard on the 12th of February. They loaded up right there almost 300,000 shares. Let's just say it. And they could go ahead and load up more and reach or surpass 300,000. And you could see others here loading up their positions as well. All these last several months from like January till now in February. And you could see BlackRock here owning 250. They could probably break through the 300,000 as well. And when we come up here, you can see that Vanguard owns other positions as well in other indexes. And I really like Morgan and Stanley being here and surpassing Vanguard's and BlackRock's position because they're a lot more conservative and they're being pretty bullish right now. So pretty interesting to me. Obviously, it's not large amounts, but there's institutional investors taking a shot at it. So that says a lot about the company. Definitely go check out the website, AYRO.com. Will take you right to it, or you can just look at AYRO.com, or website on Google, and it should pop up. give you so much more information about the insight, the outlook of the company, and what they're trying to do. And I mean, I could see people even purchasing these little guys here that we were looking at that looked like the solo car for, you know, just driving around the city close by and not really doing a lot of emissions or going really far. And it's a small charging amount of capability to get that full charge, probably, since it's such a small cart, and it'll probably drive you a few distances here and there. And we'll have to see the top speed as well, if it could be on the roads. But like I said, this is so game changing. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on it. And let's look here at the chart. So the chart started to pick up some steam here back in October, and it ran up to $11, came back down to 5, ran back up to 11. So 11 seems to be, you know, a rejection point. If it could break through that, we could see this break out to newer highs, and it pulled right back down to almost $4, and it's running back up to 7. This stock here is showing some consolidation though from these lows down here of $2, and even down here again $2. So far there is some strength of not retouching these lows and showing itself some strength at the $4 range. If it can stay above $4, I think this stock has potential, and if it can even hold up above 5, even better. And it could finally break through 11 if catalyst and potential continues to push this upwards. I mean, that's going to be a good sign. Now, earnings in the past, you know, when you look at it, I can't pick it up here. It's not letting me. Let's see what's going on. There we go. Earnings in the past has been a little bit negative, and we could see over here as well, negative. And then right here, let's see what their estimate is. 0.10. If they can beat it, that might be a good sign for the company. If they do worse, it could probably pull down the stock a little bit. So earnings is coming up soon. So there's no better time than now to have this on your watch list to look out for opportunities. Obviously, institutional ownership is not so bullish. You could see that they're not having that much above the millions, especially big banks. But when you look at other institutional investors, they're taking a bet on it above $1 million, and you can see it right here by these other institutional investors. This one right here is owning up to 4 million. I mean, I could see so much going on for the future of this company. You know, early on, it's going to have its hiccups. It's small. It needs to prove itself. People need to adapt to it and like it and want it and realize it's worth it, and it's going to change the industries that they're trying to go ahead and get into, and it's just going to make everything so much more different. And you can literally see here like a janitor working. I mean, I can definitely see a janitor driving one of these around instead of being gas, 0 emissions, all electric, EV completely. And I mean, with the way things are changing, every little detail of 0 emissions with the 0 carbon footprint is going to make a big difference in the world and in the communities and just in this sector of the EV sector. I look forward to seeing what you guys really think about it. Comment down below how you feel about it. Have you done some research on it? Did you know about it before seeing this video? Comment down below.